I just paid and paid. Our world is filled with suffering. Then you have lost to the great spirit of suffering and told me that he had been stealing my electricity for a long time in order to mine cryptocurrency. Bitcoin at $70,000 per coin. It changed my life.
Hi guys, good to see you on our channel. We have some incredible stories here about money, wealth, and luck. Make yourselves comfortable and here we go.
Good day, everyone. This amazing story about my Bitcoins started 10 years ago. I have to say that at that time I lived quite poorly. I worked in delivery. But since my health did not allow me to drive around the city all day long, I got tired quickly and could not earn much. I rented a small studio apartment. I could barely make ends meet. I had to pay a lot for everything, especially the electricity. I didn't have the attention span to figure out why I was paying so much for electricity. I just paid and paid for quite a long time. Life was rather dull and monotonous. But it was that period of my life that taught me to accept life as it is and not to lose heart. You have to live the life you can, do what you can do, and enjoy what you have, even if you don't have much. Our world is filled with suffering. People suffer from all sorts of things. And all we can do in this world is either increase the suffering around us or decrease it. Well, or at least try to make the suffering from your actions or inactions less. That's how I thought then. That's how I think now. And I tried to live by these principles. Not to cause suffering to the environment, to people. If possible, to alleviate the suffering of someone. You know, what I realized is that often we say that I will have a lot of money, and then I will start helping people, comforting those who are suffering. But until I have no money, what can I do? But I'll tell you this. Often words, attention given with sincere warmth are worth more than money. Words of consolation spoken in time inspire people, reduce suffering. And even if you are just in a good mood yourself, this condition is transmitted to others. And if you are constantly suffering and discouraged, it infects other people with discouragement and suffering. Many people think that it is normal and even right to suffer for victims of violence, for example, or starving children in Africa. But I don't think so. If you are suffering, then you have lost to the great spirit of suffering. So he has won, evil has won. And most likely this despondency will hold you back and you will not be able to do even the little that you could do. But if you do not succumb to suffering under any circumstances, if you continue to live and act at least in peace and tranquility, you are already making the world a better place. And most likely you will also have more strength in this case, and you will be able to achieve more in your daily affairs. These are all things I have learned through hard times. I hope my words are helpful to someone.
What do you guys think about it? Write in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss new stories about money and luck.
Well, here we go. Back to the story. I already told you that I was paying huge electricity bills, even though I didn't use any electrical appliances myself. Here's what happened. One day, I had an envelope delivered. The envelope contained a letter and a computer flash drive. The letter was from a man who introduced himself as my neighbor and told me that he had been stealing my electricity for a long time in order to mine cryptocurrency. Of course, at that moment, I didn't really understand what he was talking about. So this neighbor of mine was mining and consuming electricity in large quantities, secretly connecting to my power grid. In the letter, he apologized and wrote that the flash drive contained Bitcoins, and that they were for me. Also, in the letter was a brief instruction on what Bitcoin is and how to use it. And most importantly, the neighbor wrote that it should be sold in 2024. And what will happen with Bitcoin longer than 10 years from now, he does not see. At first, I thought it was a prank or a mistake. I learned what Bitcoin was. At the time, 100 Bitcoins was a very small amount, so I thought, well, okay, let it sit there. Soon I noticed that my electricity bill was noticeably lower. I went on with my life and even forgot about this situation, until information started coming from all sides that Bitcoin had gone up in value. Even in some of my favorite shows, characters were running around looking for their Bitcoin flash drives. I, of course, found this envelope with a flash drive in my desk, too. Thank goodness it was there. This was as far back as I can remember in late 2017. Even though my neighbor told me to sell it in 2024, I sold half of it, 50 Bitcoins. It was a lot of money for me, and I really needed it at that time. I solved my health problems and my housing issue. And I still have the money from that sale. I still have the remaining 50 Bitcoins on my flash drive. And here we are in the middle of 2024. Bitcoin at $70,000 per coin. I guess it's really time to sell, just like my neighbor told me. That's my story. Believe it or not, I never found out who it was, by the way. Or rather, I found out his name. He rented an apartment in the neighborhood but moved out shortly before I received the envelope. But his name didn't give me anything. I wasn't really looking for it, to be honest. Anyway, thanks to him, it changed my life.
Thank you. That was awesome. Friends, don't forget to rate the video and subscribe to our channel. A lot of interesting things are ahead. See you later.